Imagine a world where time is no longer a constant, but a force we can bend, twist, and reshape. What if the past could be rewritten, the future explored, and the present manipulated? But what if the cost of altering time is more than we can bear? The question remains, could we ever truly control time? What if time itself could be bent to our will? Imagine threads of history weaving a grand design, each strand a moment waiting to be revisited. The ancients saw time as cyclical, repeating endlessly. Their myths often portrayed time as a divine force. The Mayans aligned their pyramids with celestial patterns, seeing time as a cosmic rhythm. In ancient Greece, scholars debated the nature of time. Was it eternal or finite? Religious texts described time as the will of gods, shaping destinies and the cosmos. Medieval thinkers viewed time as linear, progressing toward a divine end, a departure from ancient cycles. The Renaissance brought a shift, blending science and art to explore the mysteries of time. Ancient Chinese dynasties marked time meticulously, inventing early clocks to map celestial movements. Vedic texts from India spoke of vast cosmic cycles far beyond human lifespans. Medieval Islamic scholars pioneered studies in astronomy, calculating time with incredible precision. The invention of mechanical clocks revolutionized our relationship with time, making it tangible. The age of exploration tied time to navigation, as sailors tracked their journeys across the seas. As the Enlightenment unfolded, thinkers began to challenge long-held notions of time's nature. Newtonian physics gave time a mathematical framework, quantifiable and precise. These early ideas of time laid the foundation for the revolutionary theories of the modern age. It was the beginning of the 20th century when time travel transformed from fantasy to something rooted in science. Albert Einstein's theory of relativity would forever change how we think about time, bending it to the fabric of space. Relativity showed us that time was not a constant. It could warp, bend, and stretch in the presence of massive objects. As Einstein's theory took hold, the idea of time travel began to take shape. In the 1930s, physicist Kurt Gödel proposed that time could be circular, leading to the possibility of traveling back to the past. Gödel's idea of closed time-like curves suggested that time itself could loop back on itself, creating a pathway to the past. While time travel was becoming a theoretical possibility, many questioned whether it was truly achievable or merely a mathematical curiosity. The idea of wormholes as shortcuts through time came from Einstein's general theory of relativity, offering another avenue for time travel. Wormholes, though theoretically plausible, remain elusive, untouched by our technology and understanding. Though still speculative, the idea of traveling through time captivated the public imagination, inspiring countless works of fiction. Science fiction began to shape our collective vision of time travel, introducing paradoxes and alternate realities. One of the most famous paradoxes, the grandfather paradox, posed the question, could one change the past and alter the future? The grandfather paradox led to the development of alternate reality theories, suggesting that changing the past could create a new timeline. Time travel was no longer just theoretical. It was becoming a part of our cultural and intellectual landscape. As time travel theory expanded, the line between science and science fiction began to blur, leaving us to wonder, could it one day become reality? As we delved deeper into the cosmos, we realized that the secrets of time were much harder to uncover than we first thought. Quantum mechanics provided an avenue to explore time travel, with strange principles that defied our traditional understanding. In quantum mechanics, particles can exist in multiple states at once, a concept known as superposition. perhaps the key to manipulating time. The most intriguing aspect of quantum mechanics is entanglement. Particles can be linked, influencing each other instantly. This mysterious behavior leads to questions. Could time itself be entangled, enabling travel through past and future? While entanglement might suggest the possibility of traveling through time, it's still just a hypothesis, far from a practical method. A theoretical model, known as the Alcubierre drive, suggests that space itself might be manipulated to travel through time. The Alcubierre drive relies on manipulating space-time itself, creating a bubble that moves faster than light. But the idea of faster-than-light travel presents significant obstacles, most notably the energy required to warp space-time. With current technology, the energy requirements are far beyond anything we can generate. As research continues, many look to the stars for inspiration. Could exotic phenomena in space provide the answers we seek? Exotic cosmic phenomena, like black holes and neutron stars, are thought to hold the potential for time manipulation. While the dangers are immense, scientists continue to explore these cosmic objects, hoping to unlock the secrets of time itself. In the end, the road to time travel is fraught with obstacles, but the journey is just beginning. The future of time travel remains uncertain, but humanity's pursuit of knowledge and exploration has only just begun. Time travel wouldn't just be a scientific breakthrough, it would ignite a firestorm, forcing humanity to confront questions it has long avoided. What would happen if one person could change the past? Could a single action rewrite the future? The temptation to alter mistakes would be overwhelming. What would the consequences be? Could a single change unravel everything we know? The ethics of time travel would not be confined to personal choices. It would affect the very fabric of society. Would we use time travel to fix personal failures? Or would we be tempted to manipulate larger historical events for the greater good? Interfering with history might seem like a noble cause, but could it have unintended consequences? What if we destabilize the future in the process? Would society evolve with time travel, or would it descend into chaos? The notion of owning time itself could lead to a dark future, where only the wealthy can afford to manipulate their past. But time travel isn't just for the elite. It could be weaponized, turning the flow of time into a weapon of mass destruction. As tempting as it might be, no one can predict the full consequences of controlling time. Are we willing to accept the responsibility it would bring? For now, time travel remains a fantasy. But one day, we may have to face the question: if we had the power, would we use it wisely? Time has always been our most precious resource, and if we learn to control it, we might just be able to control everything else. Time travel is not just a tool, it's a force, bending the laws of causality and creating paradoxes that defy logic. What happens if you go back in time and stop your own existence? Would the timeline collapse, or would you simply cease to exist? A decision made in the past could set off a chain of events that alters everything, creating a self-sustaining loop of cause and effect. In the paradoxical world of time travel, cause and effect blur, leaving us with no clear answers, only infinite possibilities. If time is a loop, then every action could be a repeat, every moment a déjà vu. The butterfly effect tells us that even the smallest change in the past can cause catastrophic shifts in the future. But how small is too small? Every action, every decision is a potential paradox. The timeline isn't linear, it's a maze, and we're lost in it. With time paradoxes, the line between fate and free will become blurred. Can we truly change the future if it's already been written? Perhaps the greatest paradox is not that we change the past, but that the past was always meant to change us. Time travel might not be about changing the past. It could be about understanding the complex web of choices that led us here. No matter how hard we try to control it, time will always find a way to slip through our fingers. The paradox of time travel is that no matter how far we go, we're always caught in the web of fate. Time, it seems, is not a river to be crossed. It's a maze that we wander through, lost in its depths. In the end, would we be better off living in the moment rather than forever searching for the past or future? The ethics of time travel remain unresolved, but one thing is certain. The power to change time is a double-edged sword. What lies at the end of time? The final moment when the universe ceases to be, when all that we know fades into oblivion. Time doesn't end with a bang. It fades into the silence of the void. The end of time is something we cannot yet comprehend. When time fades, what remains? Are we left with eternity, or do we simply vanish into nothingness? Perhaps we are meant to exist in the moment, neither bound by past nor future, but free in the timeless present. Perhaps it's not the destination that matters, but the journey, how we chose to live, how we chose to love. The search for meaning never ends. Even at the edge of forever, there's always another question, another mystery. Perhaps the ultimate paradox is this: we seek the end of time, but time, in its purest form, may never end. At the edge of forever, we find no answers, only the awareness that time, like everything else, is fleeting. We may never truly know what lies beyond time, but perhaps that's what makes it all the more precious. Time is not just a construct. It's a force that shapes our reality, and perhaps, in the end, it shapes who we are. And so, we reach the end, not with a finality, but with a sense of wonder. The edge of forever is not an end, but a beginning. Time is not something we control. It is something we experience, something we live through, and something that lives within us. And perhaps that's the true meaning of time. Not an end, but a journey that carries us forward into the unknown. The dream of time travel reflects our deepest desires: to revisit lost moments, to rewrite history, to glimpse the future. Will time travel become a reality? Only time will tell, but its influence on our world is undeniable.